Well, howdy there, Internet students. Mr. Hermanson again. If you're doing this, you're wishing to retake the 8.3 test. I'm going to do some example problems, and then you're going to do a couple of practice problems. And if you can do them successfully, then I'll let you retake the test. Okay? All right. So first of all, one of the objectives was to learn how to read and create pie charts. Okay. So this is focused more on interpreting them. So what percent of people preferred lacrosse? And that answer we need to find by checking out all the percents. Remember that a pie represents 100% total. So what I'm going to do is add up all the percents that I have and then subtract that from 100. Okay, so if I add 28, 21, 12, 14, and 15, add all those up, I get, looks like I get 90. I want to double check that. Yeah, so that means that we have 10% left over for lacrosse. So we can go ahead and write that in. What sport did the greatest number of people prefer? So the biggest part of the pie, that would be football. What percent of people preferred either basketball or soccer? So I need to add basketball, which is 15%, plus soccer, which is 14%, and that equals 29%. If 180 people were surveyed, how many preferred basketball? So I know that 15% of the students preferred basketball, and we want to change that to out of 180. So that's just a proportion we can quickly do. So remember, your percent goes over 100 always. So I need to multiply 180 times 15 and divide that by 100. And that's 27. So 27 people. All right, so you're going to do a few problems doing using a pie chart. You can pause here and do those if you want, or you can wait till the end. Next thing we have to do is learn how to create and understand histograms. Okay, one thing you should know about histograms is you don't always see the whole range here. You might just see the number at the edge of each of these, and you have to know that the bar is to the right of those. And on this side, you're just counting how many there are. So what this means is there's two students who got quiz scores between 6 and 10. Okay, so if we're asked how many students scored between 21 and 25, that's this bar. 21 is actually that spot right there. And then we just look at the height of the bar, which is 8. How many people scored less than 16? Here you have to know that the 16 is the beginning of the bar. So the ones that scored less than 16 are these two bars here. 2 plus 2 is 4. All right. And the last, it says how many students took the quiz. So we have to add up all these bars. So we're going to look at the height of each of those bars and add those up. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 6, this is 8. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 students. How many students scored 18 points? Those students are in here, but we don't know if they scored 18 or 16 or 17 or 19. There's no way to know that with a histogram. So we're going to just say we don't know. No way to tell. All right, so you can go ahead and do this histogram, these questions if you want, and pause. Otherwise, the next thing we're going to look at is a stem and leaf plot. Now, stem and leaf plot is like a really convenient way to write numbers. You have to know that the stem represents a certain place value and the leaf another. So in this case, the stem is the tens and the leaf are the ones. So this 6 right here really means the number 56. All right. Now, it says, what is a median test score? Okay, so the median is the one right in the middle, so you want to know how many there are. There is 1 in this top row in the 50s. There's 3 in the 60s, 5 in the 70s, 6 in the 80s, and 4 in the 90s. That's a total of 10 and 9 is 19 total. That means if we split that up, what I do is I just add 1 to that and then divide by 2. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. At the 10th number, whatever that is, there'll be 9. There'll be 9 of them on one side of that, 9 of them on the other. That's 18th, and the 10th will be the 19th one. So we're going to count to the 10th number in this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be 81. Now the other way you could do that is you can cross off the highest and lowest until you get to the center also. That would look like this. I'll use a red. So this is the lowest. This is the highest. Next lowest, next highest. And you just keep doing that until you get to the middle. And there we are again. That number 1 represents the number 81. What is the maximum score in the stem and leaf plot? That would be the highest number is in the 90s, and it's the last number in the 90s row, which would be 94. What interval did most students score? That would be the longest section of leaves, which is the 80s. All right, so you're going to practice a few of those. The last thing we looked at were number line plots. So we have students and how many candy bars they ate. And so if we count the X's in this, that's how many people were surveyed. So even you need to count the 0 here, even though it only that's one of the people they surveyed. This person didn't eat any candy bars. So in this row, there's 1 in this row, 1 in this row, 3 in this row, 4 in this row, 2, 1, 2. Add all those up and you get, looks like about 15, doesn't it? What is the mean number of candy bar? To get that, you have to add up all of them, including this 0. But what I do is let's just put how many candy bars there are for each of these, because we need to know how many candy bars there were. So we have to add all these numbers up. These are all 5s. These 2 are 6s. This is 7. This is 8. 8. Now we have to add those up. There's 16 here, plus 7 there makes 23, plus 12 makes 35, plus 20 makes 55, plus there's 9 here makes 64, 66, 67. And we have to divide that by 15. 67 divided by 15 equals 4.47. Let's round it. About 4.47. Okay. It says 2 more people joined the group and each had 3 candy bars. How would that change the original median? Okay, so let's find the original median first. Remember there's 15. So we're going to add 1 to that. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So the eighth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the median right there, 5. So the original median is 5. We're going to add 2 students that each had 3 candy bars. So I'm going to stack up 2 more there. I now have 17, so add 1 to that is 18. Divided by 2 is 9. The ninth one is right in the middle. So I'm going to go to the ninth one now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's still 5, so it doesn't change it. Stays the same. All right. So that's it, you guys. You can go ahead and finish up these questions. Send them off to me via email, and if it looks good, I'll get that test to you. Good luck.